All right, let's get to another question. Kathleen wants to know, how can I find out if a previous buyer has done inspections on a home that fell out of escrow? So, Frank, I think this is you. Previous buyer, did they do inspections, and then it fell out of escrow, and now I'm the new buyer? Do I have to do inspections again? I think what Kathleen is saying, do I have to pay for inspections again if they were done by this guy a week ago?
You should, because you want to rely on your knowledge of that property by the person, the professional that you hire, not Joe Inspector that was hired in front of you.
Let's say, how do you find out, though? What if is there a way to go back?
You ask the seller, you ask the listing agent, and really,
do they have a copy?
Legally, we're supposed to tell you, yeah, we had an inspection, and any permits, any previous inspections, any previous appraisals, anything like that, I'm supposed to hand all those over.
To the new buyer.
To the new buyer.
Okay, so in this case, with Kathleen, she's buying a house that had an offer on it recently, and it fell through, and now it's her turn. She gets to step up. She was on deck, and now it's hers.
But I have had a case where a buyer backed out so quickly after we opened escrow that the inspector didn't even have a chance to type things up. And even though I called the inspector and say, hey, can I get a copy? And they said, well, they're not moving forward, and they called me and told me they don't even want it, and this and this and that.
But what Kathleen wants to know is, do I legally have access to those documents? And what you're saying is yes. The listing agent who has copies of those documents from that previous attempted transaction is supposed to disclose to you.
They're supposed to disclose any knowledge of the property that they have.
Good. Then you can decide. You can look at the inspections and say, hey, do I need a better one?
I wouldn't really. I get your own. Just you have these.
Who's to say that yours is going to be better than the guy before might be Inspector Gadget, man. He might be like,
let's put
it this way. Let's put it this way.
You want to get another
You might pay $400, $500,
right?
But if you're getting, you have your own, but your inspector might find additional items that the other inspector didn't find, vice versa. Now, for $1,000, you didn't have to pay. You only had to pay half price for 2 inspections, basically. Now you know a lot more.
On the bright side, Frank. Okay. Well, Kathleen, I think our professionals in the booth have given you their opinion, but overall, I think your question was, do you have access to those? And yes, the answer is yes. You have access to those, so that's cool.